Hey Tim, thanks for sending me your swim video for analysis. What I'm looking at, actually before the analysis, I counted your strokes per 25 and I added it to your time to get what's called a SWALF score. And for the most part, for the first 100, you were taking pretty consistently 25, 26 strokes and generally 25 to 27 seconds. So that's putting you at a SWALF score of that 54 to 56 range. So that's pretty consistent. You're not slowing down the further you go, at least from the amount of time you sent me the swim video. Next, I'm looking at the three main phases of the stroke: recovery, what's going on with your hand out of the water, because that affects phase 2, the hand entry, how you enter, because ultimately the entry is going to affect how you catch and push. So right now, during the recovery phase, you're really kind of crossing over, but more importantly, you're slapping your elbow and then wrist on the top of the water instead of entering with your fingertips, wrist, and then elbow. And after you enter, you rotate. So I like that you're bilateral breathing, but let's backtrack and talk a little bit about rotation. When you're breathing, you're lifting your chin, you're lifting your neck. What you want to think about when you breathe is you want to rotate your hip to breathe, keeping your ear and face in the water, kind of chin pointed to your shoulder, but you want to be lower on the water. So you exhale, as you're turning your head, you breathe. Exhale as you turn your head to breathe. You also want to keep your arm extended because you just rotated on your hip. Extend your arm out in front of you while you're breathing, because right now you breathe and you drop your arm, and that's probably causing you a little bit of unbalance, and it's causing you to lift that neck by pushing down in the water. So before you actually work on recovery, I want you to think about that when you're breathing. Again, you're taking your 3 strokes, you're about to rotate to breathe. My left arm's a little bit, my right arm's extended. I turn on my hip, I keep my face low in the water, take my other 3 strokes, rotate, extend, exhale, and inhale. That's important, and also it's important to know that the underwater pull is what's driving your rotation, but I'll get to that in a second. So after you think about the breathing and the balance, that is going to help you. Next, you're going to work on recovery. I'm going to give you some fingertip drag drills where you're dragging your fingertip across the water and you're entering with your hand parallel to your shoulder because you're rotating. So once your rotation's fine-tuned, that's only going to help where your hand enters the water so you don't cross over like you are. I'm also going to have you do some thumb slide drills because that will not only work on high elbow recovery, that'll help work on your hip rotation. And then hand entry drills are going to be so important for you because you have that slap, elbow and wrist slap in front of you. So head out of the water drill is going to be really key for you, so you get a feel of entering with your fingertips, wrist, and then your elbow, because that's going to set you up with this arm position so you can get a catch and a push and drive your rotation. Catch and push to drive your rotation. So after we can get your hand entry a little bit more fine-tuned, I'm going to actually give you catch-up drills, and the catch-up drill works on the catch before the push phase of the stroke. Catch and push. So, you know, right now your video's on pause, and you'll see this when you look at your video again before it starts. You have your left arm is under the water and your face is out of the water and you're like this. And this is the first thing I saw when I saw your video. So it's only because what you want to look like when you're breathing is you want to look like this, not like this. It's because you're dropping your arm. So again, not dropping your arm. When you breathe, do a little extra extension because you're rotating. Then I'm going to have you work on getting those elbows high, fingertips low, because that's going to set you up for a nice hand entry, and you're going to be able to do head out of the water drill, and then eventually catch-up drill to work on the catch and the push. That's kind of a lot, but it's definitely going to go a long way, and we're going to get your SWALF score down to 45. just by working on what's going on out of the water, we'll fix what's below the water, and that's going to get your stronger catch and push, and we're going to get that score down. You're going to be more efficient, you're going to swim with less effort, and you're going to enjoy swimming more. So hopefully that helps, and make it a great day.